I'd like to give a shout out to the newest member of the Comment Club. If you want to join the Comment Club, make sure you leave a comment below. What is going on, guys? This is TheCrayonsMelt here, and I've got some crazy news for you guys. Now, all this information is from the MUT podcast. Shout out to GutFox and Texas Boy. They were able to get Jake Stein, a producer over at EA, to hang out with them for a little over 2 hours, and they got some awesome information. So I wanted to bring you guys some of the awesome stuff that I found out. Now, I did a video about this yesterday, and yesterday's video was all about the trade block being in Madden 18, and now this video is gonna be about the whole +1 overall, the +1 bay thing. But before I get into it, I want you guys to definitely check out the MUT podcast. They do a podcast each and every week, and usually they bring a new guest on. So it's some pretty cool stuff, some awesome guys in the community, and good job, GutFox and Texas Boy. Anyways, let's get into a little clip from the podcast.
Will be for me to maybe hint at the direction that we're going in 18, and I'll say this. +1 bay is dead.
So basically, there, guys, Jake Stein confirmed that the +1 bay, if that's what you want to call it, is dead. Will be no more. So basically, what the +1 bay, if you guys aren't Twitter people, you might not understand what that means. Say, you know, Antonio Brown, that's a card they used a little bit later on when they talked about it. Antonio Brown had a 93 overall and went to a 95 overall, but all the stats were basically just +1s, and it really wasn't much of an upgraded card, even though the overall went up 2. So it really just doesn't make sense why everything went up by just 1. Now, before we get into ways that I think you could improve the overall and the +1, the +2 type deal, drop it down in the comment section if you have an opinion on it. If you have an idea that you think would help give cards better upgrades without, you know, giving you the max cards by, you know, January, February timeframe. We want the game to last all year long. We have it from August to August. I'm personally one of those people who plays it all year. So I don't want to get 99 overall cards for 99 stats for everything in January and February. It's just not how I would like to see it. So what are your opinions to make the year last the full year? So one of the popular sort of beliefs is less content during the year will allow you to do more upgrades, or I guess less frequent upgrades to make it last long. And that's Texas Boy's opinion, and there's a little clip from the podcast.
So I was talking, so my thing with the +1 is I feel like the reason it's in the game is because there's a lot of content, and if you can keep dropping same guys, like guys from Team of the Week and outsiders having this like great performances over and over again, that they're going to be more likely to get the +1 upgrades and other cards in this game. Now, GutFox doesn't agree with me, but would it be easier to prevent this from happening just by not putting as much content out in the game as y'all do on a weekly basis?
Oh no.
How is that working out? How is that working out for us right now?
It's June though. Like, it's June.
Nailed them.
That makes it even Texas. That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
It's June, and I still hear it. I would love it. I saw so much of that this year.
Okay.
Hey, if they would just slow down and they just went quality over quantity, it'd be so much better. But again, it's June or, you know, late May, and I still see the feedback.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do in the game. What am I supposed to do? MUT's dead.
So basically, he's saying if you spread out the upgrades, you can still give players +1, or you can give those players, instead of a +1, a +2, and it will last longer. I don't really share that opinion. I don't think there should be less content in Madden Ultimate Team. I would love to see more content each and every year. So definitely not my opinion, but you might share that opinion. Another opinion I've heard is, and I think this was GutFox that did it, there's MLB or one of the other games that are a sports game. It has overalls done, or like stats done 1 to 99, and that will allow a bigger, like a broader way to spread out the point differentials. So basically, your slowest player in the entire game, give him 1 speed. Your fastest player, give him 99 speed. And then you're going to have a huge range in between. And it'll help upgrade players without maxing things out too quickly. But my personal opinion, which I think would be the best, is just an alteration in the overall formula. And here's a little clip from the podcast.
You know, we've talked a little bit about, you know, some of the tools that we have in terms of being able to support the game post-launch. Something like +1 bay was something that we were handcuffed to the entire year. Because, I mean, what it ultimately comes down to is how you're calculating your overall formula. And if we were going to go in there and change that, we would be overstepping a boundary and violating the trust of every player who's ever played Madden Ultimate Team. And that is, when I get something, when I go earn an item in Ultimate Team, that's what I have. It's not going to get worse. It's not changing. That is something that we had to just hold that line. We could not. It obviously did not take long for us to realize, wow, we're kind of limited here in terms of upgrades and what we can do. Community was 100% valid and all of that feedback. But what could we have done? The only thing that we could have done is make all of your items worse. And that was not an option for us. That just won't happen. So I mean, here's the thing, and Lord knows I'm probably going to get in trouble for going this deep into it. But, you know, when we're going and you know, deciding on upgrades, we're, for the most part, because I'm just now starting to get a little bit of a taste of this myself as I'm trying to transition more into, you know, the content side of things, is, you know, we might have an idea of what that overall of the next upgrade should be. And as I'm going in, okay, cool, I want to make this guy 3 OVR points better. As I'm going in there and starting to tweak the ratings that adjust the OVR, I am shocked by how little it takes to do that. And that is just a clear problem of what our player OVR formula was this year.
Yep.
We're fixing that. That will not be a thing in Madden 18. Just because, you know, a player gets a +2 or whatever to something like Juke and he's a receiver, that's not something that is done just to, you know,
the overall
increment the OVR. Like, no, because again, even now, like I said, we certainly have addressed issues for what our player OVR formula will be for next year, but that wasn't an issue, right? Like, that's just one of those where, okay, like a receiver, he's gonna have some of his skill moves are gonna get a little bit better, so sure, maybe give him a little +2, +3 to spin or juke, or just that natural, you know, next upgrade for the item. But I wouldn't say that's done just to you know, increment the OVR.
Because
there's no, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because it doesn't affect the overall at all.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Those don't go into the overall formula.
So basically, Jake sort of explained it, but last year there was a miscommunication or something incorrect about the overall formula, and unfortunately they couldn't change it when the year started. It was just too late that the cards were already out. Things went into the overall that probably shouldn't have. Like, things like, in my opinion, awareness had too big of an effect. There was a lot of people with the Motivator Michael Burton fullback card that gave +2 to awareness. So you saw a lot of guys get 99 overalls really early on, like their team 99 overall, because they used the Michael or the Burton fullback card. So in my opinion, it definitely showed that awareness was a huge factor in overall. So players could get a 2 overall boost just by getting +2 overall. In my opinion, that's not the way to do it. So hopefully next year the overall formula will be a little bit different, and I think it seems like Jake is going to have some input on that overall, and I think that's really good, and I'll tell you exactly why. Jake Stein, one of his big projects was salary cap. You guys know I did a lot of salary cap videos in the past, and he was, it sounds like he was one of the guys who came up with the salary cap formula and said, like, these 4 stats really matter, so we're gonna make those impact players the most, and then, you know, this stat matters a little bit, this one matters a little bit, and sort of built a formula for salary cap. And now I think they'll be easily able to take that salary cap formula and change it and make it into the overall formula. Now it is going to be a little bit different, but I do think if they stick with something similar to the salary cap formula, you're going to see players actually have, you know, decently accurate overalls, which I'm pretty excited about. I know one big thing, like, especially this year, you would have like a 95 overall card and no stat on the card was a 95 overall, which absolutely makes no sense. I mean, you should take an average of those main stats and it should be around there. So if a guy's got like 95 speed, he's got 95 catching, he's got 90 catching traffic, 90 spec catch, maybe make that card a 93, 94 overall, not be a 97 like it would be this year, or even a 99. So that's a little bit about Madden 18 and how the overalls will work. Definitely, guys, leave your comments in the comment section. What is your favorite, way to look at the overall? Do you think it should be less content spread out through the year? Should it be the 1 to 99 different stats, or should it be just an overall formula change? Let me know down in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to see what your guys' opinion is. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be bringing out as much Madden 18 content and news as we can. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.
We throw them high, we snag them quick, we asking how them haters felt. Like and subscribe to the page, it's TheCrayonsMelt. Pause the game and check the squad, you need to brace yourself. Boy, you getting clowned on, we ain't talking Dave Chappelle and picks, we got them. Hit sticks, we got them. We juke left, we juke right, how you gonna stop it?